Before we jump into it, a quick mention, I'll be live on Twitch this evening. Would love to chat with you all if you want to come hang out, and using code Espresso also gets you 30% off your entire order at gfuel.com. Links in the description below if you guys are interested. Normally, we'd be taking a look at what's on tap for the week ahead in Call of Duty on a Monday, and, well, today naturally isn't a Monday, but I'm heavily banking on tomorrow being a pretty big day, so I figured I'd shift the schedule a little bit here, keep you guys in the loop on the 15 big things you should be looking out for this week, and we can break it all down here a little earlier than normal. That said, there's a ton to discuss, so we'll jump into it, but before we do, let me know your thoughts. Are you excited for the return of Ghost? Are you excited for the new Season 2 content and what we've seen debuted thus far? Drop your thoughts below on whatever it may be, but as well, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the Season 2 launch content. We'll keep you up to date with absolutely everything you need to know. But anyways, let's begin. As always, let's start with the immediate future, the right here, right now, and work our way down the line as the week progresses. First things first, as of today, it's down to the final 2 days of the Triple Threat Double XP event, as we can dub it. That means that Double XP, Double Weapon XP, and Double Tier progression will be going away as of Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Not necessarily quite to that 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time that we're normally used to, which has me begging the question, maybe we see the update actually go out a little earlier so that it gives players an extra hour to download before that time-gated content is released, but that's all just speculation to this point. But you have the next day and a half or so to end up completing any grind you may be on here with those boosts active in-game. And considering that, it's your last chance this next day and a half or so to get everything you may want to complete with Season 1 done. That means that it's your last chance to get to level 155 and get that M91 Warhead variant as a result of completing all the officer ranks this season. It's your last chance to complete your officer challenges. It's your last chance to complete your battle pass. Now, hopefully, if you haven't completed the battle pass, which I think is probably the most worthwhile of those three things we talked about, the rest really don't reward you in any way other than, again, a couple of emblems and then also that blueprint. But the battle pass is probably something you're more interested in, so hopefully you've been able to take advantage of, if you haven't completed it, these double tiers, because that will be resetting and giving us a new one as of Tuesday. So take advantage of this stuff while you still have the opportunity to, and grind out the rest of what you may have left for Season 1 content. Now, let's talk about why tomorrow may be a big day. I mentioned that in the intro that I think tomorrow's probably going to be a pretty big day in terms of what we learn about Season 2, and that firstly being because I'm almost certainly expecting a trailer previewing Season 2. We saw that on Friday there was that Battle Pass webpage leak, which gave us a little bit of an insight as to what we could see within the Battle Pass, but outside of that, really not so much. Then we got the Snapchat AR card filters that let us know that Rust was returning and that Boneyard would be making an introduction as a ground war map, presumably. But outside of that, we really don't know what else. We don't know if there's going to be more maps associated with that, but with it being 1 day out at that point as of tomorrow from the next season and not seeing anything in terms of a trailer or anything in an official capacity, I could almost guarantee that's going to be something to at least give a somewhat heads up. I'm still kind of surprised they didn't debut a little bit more over the past week to give a little more time to hype it up. I also don't expect them to go into Season 2 cold with absolutely nothing, so by deduction, that means tomorrow should be that time. Then, outside of that, I'm also expecting, as the fourth thing for this week, some blog or intel posts, some roadmaps, something like that that gives us, outside of just a trailer, some more of what we can look forward to. We saw that Season 1 debuted at the very beginning of the season, a roadmap that came along with that one, and while a lot of that was exhausted within the first 2 weeks, it also was something that at least gave us a heads up of some of the stuff still to come, even just outside of the launch day. So I'm expecting that also. But that's today and tomorrow, but as of Tuesday, that's of course the big day of the week. That is the launch of Season 2. So what comes along with that is going to firstly be the next title update 1.14. If any recent updates have been anything to go off of, it seems like the average is about 15 gigabytes or something for each platform, maybe having some variation between the platforms, but you're probably going to have a decently large download, so be aware that you're probably going to have to take some time to download that depending on your internet speed, maybe shorter or longer depending on that connection, and if you're on PlayStation 4, you're going to have to copy. So that's going to take a little bit of time as well, but that should be rolling out, I would imagine, again, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Tuesday, but with everything ending at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I am curious if it will roll out a little earlier. We haven't really seen that happen outside of, say, Operation Absolute Zero with Black Ops in recent years. That was the one sole exception in the recent times where the update went out early. That actually went out a day earlier, not necessarily just about an hour or so earlier, but just for simple reference, target time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, maybe a little bit earlier. But what comes along with that once you end up getting that download is all of the Season 2 content, meaning firstly, when you log in, you'll be met with a rank reset. So you'll jump back down to level 55. You won't be 155, you won't be rank 103, whatever you are this season, that will then go away. You'll be reverted back down to 55 and have to do your officer ranks all over again. Meaning that, again, as you rank up, you will get more officer challenges that go along with it, so you can end up getting another season of completion, or maybe not if you want to do it. Along with that will also come a new battle pass, 100 tiers of newer content here with this, and again, it will then replace the current battle pass. So we'll end up seeing that what we learned of in that leak as of Friday, we know that Ghost is coming back, we know there's a bunch of customization, and then also we learned about the new weapons, those being the Grau 5.56 and the Striker 45. The Grau doesn't specify right off the bat what classification it is. Personally, I think it looks like a rifle. Maybe I'm missing something blatantly obvious, but the Striker 45 looks to be the new introduction to the SMG classification, so I'm really excited to get my hands on these ones. I'm hoping they're still relatively early on. Again, we saw that it was a max tier ranking of 30 to get both weapons last season, so hopefully it stays, again, more so towards the beginning of that battle pass. The update will also bring along with it new maps. Like we mentioned, Rust was going to be coming. We know that Boneyard looks to be what, again, is seemingly a ground war map. We didn't have it specified, but it was something that was found in the game files earlier to be a ground war map, so I can't imagine that changes too much. We know that Ghost is coming as a brand new operator, so that's something that we can look forward to as well. As with what we saw with Season 1, new game modes are likely to come, though we don't have anything as of recording this, anything that points definitively to official hints or anything, but what was data mined as of a recent update for Modern Warfare were the game files for All or Nothing and One in the Chamber, so those may be returning here, and maybe some LTMs that we end up seeing throughout the season of Season 2, and also maybe one of those even being at launch. So keep an eye out for that. That may be coming as of Tuesday as well. We'll see new missions coming along, not necessarily missions in terms of Spec Ops, though that stuff will be coming as well. More so talking about new missions in the mission challenges section, where you can organically unlock some items. Again, probably a bunch of operator uniforms and outfits like we saw with the battle pass. We saw 10 of those, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. One every 10 levels is what we got. And we also saw a handful of different weapon blueprints. I'm hoping that there are a couple that are cool for all platforms. The only real one that I thought was pretty awesome within Season 1 was the Jack Frosty Scar blueprints, but that was only PlayStation 4 exclusive, so I wasn't really into that all that much. But new missions will be coming as well, and we'll likely be seeing new content refresh in the shop. Maybe another content drop in terms of what is now available in that pool. We saw that when Season 1 dropped, there was actually a ton of bundles available, but only 5 showcased at a single time, so some were, of course, incrementally introduced as the season went along, but there also was that pool on the back end that if you exhausted everything, you could get one of those at random. So that may be happening again here with that, so I'd expect for some new blueprints to show up in the shop, but that's pretty much all that what we know of will come along with Tuesday's update. As of Friday, we're likely to be seeing that community update blog post from Infinity Ward. We actually didn't see one this past Friday, which was kind of weird that was now a week off at that point, but what we end up seeing is probably going to come out to be a recap more than anything else, but it is something that may give some insight as to if there is another drop on the near horizon for Season 2. After this initial launch week, they may tease something here within that, so it is at least something that when it comes out, maybe it's worth checking out. But the final thing I want to talk about today is something that almost gets me as excited as the actual update and the new content coming to the game. Something that we can finally play around with, yes, but also with the update brings the prospect of learning some new stuff about the future even further. Meaning that when a new title update comes out, it is very likely that we end up seeing some new data mined content, stuff that isn't necessarily public, but is in there in the game files that can't be untethered from the current build of the game that goes live with that update. So as we've talked about plenty of times here on the channel before, we've learned a lot of stuff through data mining, and this could be no exception, and with potentially maybe even some of those surprises that the Activision's earning call ended up mentioning, maybe some of those even come to light. So who knows, maybe we end up seeing something about that rumored battle royale, maybe we get some more information on new maps coming in the future, maybe we end up getting, I don't know, it could be anything, but it is something that certainly gives me a lot of, I don't know if anxious anticipation is the best way to put it, but I'm excited to see what we may learn about the future and what may be coming out in the relative near horizon. So that said, that is also something you probably look out for. That would of course be after Tuesday at some points. Who knows what will be in those game files, who knows how long it may come out to be public, but it is something that is a possibility. So that, I think, is where we're going to wrap it up. That's 15 things to look out for in what is going to be a big week for Modern Warfare, which I'm excited to finally have something new to play around with. It's been a month and a half now of just kind of doing my own thing, working on Damascus to try and not be super bored. So hopefully this is a good week in all for Modern Warfare. So that's where we're gonna wrap it up. I'd love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. What are you guys looking forward to most here out of this week? Is it anything we listed? Maybe not so much. Whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare, especially as we round in here to a new season. We'll keep you up to date with absolutely everything you need to know. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with us on YouTube. Practically live on both those. If you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.